you ever seen a sports card jump in price in April or May and thought there's no way this card was this cheap a few weeks ago? This video is about that exact window. March is one of the most overlooked months in the sports card market. The Super Bowl is over, the NBA is starting to heat up before the playoffs, and baseball hype is building with opening day right around the corner. Attention starts shifting back into the hobby, but a lot of cards are still sitting at off-season prices. That's where the opportunity usually is. So in this video, I'm going to break down 7 cards worth hoarding in March before the market fully catches on. And if you want the full list you can reference later, I put a free PDF down below in the description. Let's get into it. Number 1, 2016 Christian Pulisic Select PSA 10. I think something like this, being this cheap, this is his true rookie card. He's one of the great American soccer players, the few that are in the world. I think there's a lot of room for this card to go up. It really hasn't went up yet. And obviously the World Cup is being hosted in the United States. And if you can get this card, for like mid $100, 140, 150, 160, I believe there's room for that card to go up. Card number 2, also a little bit off brand from what I usually talk about, but I do believe there's room for this card to go up as well. This is a 2022 Bowman from Jackson Holiday Auto PSA 10. So if we take a look at this card really hasn't went up much in the offseason, right? It's kind of stayed put because he's injured. He may not start opening day for the Orioles, but as he gets closer to starting and actually playing, I believe his value has room to go up. I actually don't think he's that great of a baseball player. I think he's like a little above average, so it's never something I would hold. But I believe at these prices, due to his last name, because his dad is Matt Holliday, him being on the Orioles, who will probably do well this year, there is room to buy this and wait till he comes back and sell it right before he comes back to make a quick buck. Number 3, 2024 Select quarterback card. So there's Prism, which is the number 1 top tier product, and then there's Select. Select is kind of a second tier product. A lot of these cards are actually not graded. If you're going to be sending cards in for grading and you're going to be waiting 2-3 months for these cards to get back to you, you want to buy stuff that has a high chance of appreciating in value. I think there's a lot of room with 2024 QBs, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, all those guys, JJ McCarthy. There's a lot of gradable cards to buy, grade, and sell. One as an example I took is a 2024 Bo Nix Blue Disco out of 25, number 221. This card right now while I'm speaking sells for about $300, not graded. A PSA 10 is about $800, and this card grades a 10 47% of the time. A card like this you could buy for $300, and hopefully by the time you get it back, it's no longer worth $800 as a PSA 10. It could be worth $900 or $1,000 or even more. And even if the card grades a 9, you can make a little bit. And even if the card grades a 10, you can make a lot of it. So it's kind of risk-free if things go well and their values go up. And I think there's a lot of room for the 2024 guys to go up in value. Number 4, a 2022 Contenders PSA 10 autograph of Malik Willis. I believe Malik Willis, there's a decent chance he might go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Could be wrong. Might go to the Dolphins, might go to the Steelers, maybe the Vikings, hopefully not the Cardinals. But if he does go to the Steelers, or really anywhere, but specifically the Steelers, you will see his value go up. Probably he's not going to have a great year on the Steelers. They really never do anything on offense, but they have a large fan base, nationally recognized team. And because of that, you'll see his value go up, and his Contenders PSA 10 right now is $300. So you could see this card, the last one did $300, the one before it did $200. That's a great price. If you can get it for $200, by all means. I don't know how well Malik Willis will play. I have no idea. But if you go back when I was talking about Sam Darnold a year ago, I don't think he's a great quarterback. I really don't. But if you go back a year ago, his Contenders PSA 10 was almost about the same price. Now, Malik Willis and Sam Darnold, who knows who's actually better? But the point is, they're going to be a starting quarterback for a solid team, and their value really isn't that high. If you compare them to other quarterbacks, they're really on the bottom tier of things. I just think there's a lot of room for them to go up in July and August when people recognize, like, wait a second, this guy's a starting quarterback. Maybe he could have a year like Sam Darnold did. And because of that, their prices will increase, especially if Malik Willis goes to the Steelers. So 5, 6, and 7 are similar, but not similar. So number 5, and I categorize the 2024 quarterbacks in different places. Bo Nix and Caleb Williams, I kind of categorize as safe plays with not a lot of upside, but really not a lot of downside. And buying their Prism PSA 10s, specifically colors, discos, red, blue, orange, all these different colors, I believe is a safe bet to go up 10, 20, 30%. Obviously, no financial guarantees. Who knows what's actually going to happen, but they're definitely going to start for their teams. Their teams are probably going to make the playoffs. They have good coaches, solid investment, especially if you can get something at a decent price for it to go up in value. I really wouldn't worry about buying those guys. Then number 6, I categorize these guys in similar boats as well. JJ McCarthy and Michael Penix, high risk, high reward. JJ McCarthy is a higher risk than Michael Penix, but JJ McCarthy, I believe, has higher upside than Michael Penix to go up in value before July, before August, before the season actually starts, because their risk is, well, their teams are kind of meh. And then are they actually going to start? Kyler Murray goes to the Vikings and he's going to start over JJ McCarthy. His value won't go up and it'll probably just go down. And that's why that's part of the reason why JJ McCarthy cards are so cheap. If you're willing to incur that risk, the reward, once he gets announced a starter, will be pretty good. I think JJ McCarthy will start, and even if he doesn't start, his downside really isn't much because his card's already cheap. I think it's a pretty solid investment. That's what I like to buy. You can go back to previous videos. You'll see me buying McCarthy and Penix, and that's number 6. Number 7, the best overall investment, I believe, that has a great mix of very safe and also a lot of upside, are Jaden Daniels Prism Color PSA 10s, because he's definitely going to start. He's a really good quarterback and his value is cheap relative to where he was a year ago. It's worth about half. And if you look at Mr. Jaden Daniels, to make myself feel better, I will tell you guys that I have been talking about him for the past month and a half or 2 months, and his value is already starting to go up, right? If you just look in the past, let's call it 60 days, at one point his Silver Prism PSA 10 was in the high 600s, and now the last few sales are 800, 795. So you see where this train is going. I believe if you got in here like I did and a few people that listen to me, this could be something that could potentially double in value, and it's really safe. God forbid he can get injured, okay? But he's definitely going to start, and there's definitely going to be hype around him just because of how good he was his rookie year. So those are the 7 cards that I believe are solid buys in the month of March. Hopefully this provides you a little bit of value. Don't go all in and close your eyes and just start buying. Try to diversify, right? I'm talking things here like high risk, low risk. Try to diversify between riskiness, right? You don't want to be all in, because I can tell you from experience, I once had a lot of money in Zion Williamson in the off season of, I believe, 2021 or 2022 before he hurt his knee. Those cards plummeted. Your boy lost a lot of money. There's a free PDF down below in the description. Hopefully this helped you out just a little bit. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.